Good afternoon, everyone. As you also see here, today we will discuss the chapter of Indian Partnership Act 1932 of your new syllabus, which is also this chapter is also included into the Charter CPT courses also. In foundation courses also, of course, also it is included. So the basic discussion behind that, what is partnership and why we, the student of chartered accountancy, we are supposed to understand the partnership. So many of you are from commerce background also. So they studied this chapter into the accountancy syllabus of class 12. They are having so many chapters in CBSE and other boards also. Then why Indian Partnership Act 1932 is so much important and why it is the basic condition of the business to study. As you also know that there are so many types of business like sole proprietorship concern, like partnership business firm, like LLP, like companies and other things. Also now these days one more OPC is also, you know, that one person company is also included into the business. So now the question comes into the mind why partnership is so much important, because see, we the human being having a limitations of everything. So some of you are having the limitation of funds, we are having the limitations of mind, some of limitation of skills. So many persons come together and try to do a business which may be profitable for all. So now we will start this topic of discussion, Indian Partnership Act's general concept and general nature of the business partnership. So as I already written the topic, section 4, the partnerships, this definition. Partnership, basically what partnership is, relationship between persons who have agreed to share the profit of a business carried on by one or acting one by from all sides. So all the basic things behind this definition is that it is relationship between persons. Here the person, if you study income tax, persons are having also so many types. So there may be reason, that may be the reason the partnership is not written that in between individuals. It is the between the persons. What it means? Two companies, two organizations are also come together to make the partnership also. So it is relationship between two persons and relationship between persons. The minimum and the maximum numbers of partners we will also discuss about after that, who have agreed to share the profit. So many of your students are get confused that is it for the purpose of only profit, then what about the loss? Always remember where there is written to the price profit, the profit and loss both should be shared. If a person is saying that I will not take the part of profit loss, they are not supposed to do the partnership. There is an exceptions also, like the minor can be a partner for the minor can be a partner for the purpose of profit. We will discuss that topic next in classes. So remember, it is for the purpose of profit, and it is what? It is basically for a business. You can't do enforce law of partnership act for a thing that it is not a business. Always these are the basic criteria which enforce partnership act, that there must be at least 2% and maximum 50%, or sometimes it is defined by the law that 100 is the maximum by this act, but 50 is the discussion where the power goes by this act to the Indian Companies Act and they reduces to the 50. So now it is the profit and then acting for all. It is not necessary that all the partners should be agreed to work together. There may be one person who is managing and doing that, and others are investing and other are doing some other work also. The limitation of doing other works are also there into the partnership. So remember that partnership is basically a business. It is not for the purpose of doing friendship. It is not for the purpose of doing party. We are having a student of commerce. So remember that there must be a thinking of business. And you also study what is business. Business is for the purpose. In accountancy, you study that it is a going concern. It must be do the things regular basis. So now if these conditions are followed by in your business, then the Partnership Act comes into force. Now remember that so many things are there, that if while the business, sometimes you also study that partnership business is not necessary to register their business. it is not necessary to register the business of partnership. Then why it is necessary to read the Partnership Act? Because remember, when there is a deed, when there is a mutual consent and it is written mutual consent between 2 or 3 persons or whatever the persons limited here, then the law is supposed not to be enforced. There are so many laws, but the law comes into force when there is a problem into the situation. So when the deed is written, the basic criteria, basic topic of discussion should go through the deed, and when the deed is not given, then it is through the Partnership Act. So Partnership Act is basically dealing with the limitations, the nature, the concept, the consequences. It is a very big chapter. We have to study the topics. What are the, who can be a partner? Is the minor can be a partner or not? What are the basic logic behind the Partnership Act? How to do the partnership? How to register a partnership? So basically, after reading this chapter, you are supposed to understand that what is the basic of partnership and how a partnership gets. So in CA Foundation, the limitations are the discussion of the topic is very less. In higher studies, in CA next step, you will read this chapter thoroughly. In accountancy also, we will discuss this chapter from the point of view accounting, that how the partnership act is not given, if not into if partnership deed is not into the force, how we will do that. Okay, so we will discuss this chapter after that topic. So in demonstration class we will do that here also only. Okay, see you next class. Bye.